I'm so honoured to be here this evening. Women's health is absolutely my passion, as I know it is yours, and it's just what a wonderful event to be at. Right, I got 3 minutes, right? That's 180 seconds. So buckle up, baby. Okay, 51% of the population, that's 32 million women. And the reason we're here is that 60% of those women feel like the NHS is not for them. It's not servicing them in the way they need. The NHS was born in 1948 and it was created for men by men. They were in charge at the time, so it was men who was making the decisions in medical facilities, educational, legal and democratic facilities. And those decisions rarely took in women's care as much as it was needed because we weren't allowed in the room. But we are so in the room now. Yeah, baby. And unfortunately, this has meant historically in medical terms that we've kind of been left out. Women have only been included in medical research in the past 50 years. I mean, that's jaw-dropping. Our cyclical nature means that we mess up results. Annoying. So it's actually much easier, right? No, and thank you. It's much easier to leave us out of the results. It's only been in the past year that GPs have been required to cover women's health in their training. So what does that mean for us now? Well, the funding gap between medical funding for issues relating to men and women is just the Grand Canyon. It is so far from being equal. There are 4 over-the-counter treatments for erectile dysfunction. There is not one for endometriosis, which is as common as diabetes, I know. Takes 8 years on average to diagnose, is debilitatingly painful, is barely heard of, and if undiagnosed, can result in infertility. Not one. And we don't know enough about how heart attacks affect women, or strokes, or why some women suffer from very heavy periods or irregular bleeding. I would put money on the fact that if a man suddenly started bleeding out of his penis, how much medical funding would there be? A lot! We really need to fix the diabolically long waiting time for a woman to see a consultant. They've risen 220% over the last 10 years, with gynae cancers at the bottom of the list. So that means some women in some areas are waiting over a year to see a specialist. That is the difference between a diagnosis where that woman can have treatment or where she needs palliative care. So it's not overdramatic to say that it is the matter of life and death. We need to invest more in education, making sure that our young girls are receiving proper and timely education. We mustn't shy away from those difficult subjects because they're going to learn it on TikTok anyway. We all know that really terrifying trend of people talking about hormones. So a lot of the girls are not taking contraception. Since 2021, unplanned teenage pregnancies have been on the rise, with the number of abortions taking place in England and Wales at record high, with a 17% increase in procedures in comparison to the previous year. So that education is really needed. As a women's health campaigner and ambassador for the Eve Appeal for the past 10 years, I have a particular focus and passion in breaking the taboo around these subjects, around gynecological issues. It's taken me a really long time to be able to say that word, by the way. Just want to get praise for that. It is such a joy to be speaking to so many female MPs. It's like Christmas for our vulvas. And I'm going to give myself a Christmas gift and just say the word vagina really loudly. Woohoo! Okay, so what's my wish list? I promise I'm coming into land. What's my wish list? Well, more medical research funds for women's health issues. We desperately need that, and not just cure, but for prevention. Better and timely education for girls around sex and health. We need to make sure that we're catching girls at least 2 years before they are sexually active. Otherwise, it's too late. The earlier we start, the less scary it is. But obviously, it has to be age appropriate. We need to deal with the diabolical waiting time for a woman to see a specialist. That's my wish list. We need you to fight for us. We need you to fight for our girls like tigers. And we're just so excited that it's just a really wonderful time in our political history. So just go for it.